Some artifacts are of such vital importance to our understanding of ancient cultures that they are truly unique and irreplaceable. The gold mask of Tutankhamun was allowed to leave Egypt for display overseas. The Narmer palette, on the other hand, is so valuable that it has never been permitted to leave the country. The pre-dynastic period of ancient Egypt, prior to 3100 BC, is traditionally the period between the early Neolithic and the beginning of the pharaonic monarchy, beginning with the rule of King Narmer, the founder of the first dynasty, who unified Upper and Lower Egypt. The ancient city that the Narmer Pallette was found is called Nahan by the Egyptians, with its Greek name Hierakonpolis, meaning city of the falcon. Hierakonpolis was the most important settlement along the Nile, a vibrant, bustling city stretching for over 2 miles along the edge of the floodplain. More importantly, it was the early capital of the Kingdom of Upper Egypt. The Pallette of Narmer was discovered in 1898 by James Kubbel and Frederick Green. It was found with a historic find called the Main Deposit within an early temple of the falcon god Horus. Research suggests that these decorated palettes were used in temple ceremonies, perhaps to grind or mix makeup to be ritually applied to the image of the god. But this was no ordinary artifact. This large ceremonial object is one of the most important artifacts from the dawn of Egyptian civilization. There are several reasons the Narmer Pallette is considered to be of such importance. First, there are a number of formal and iconographic characteristics appearing on the Narmer Pallette that remain conventional in Egyptian two-dimensional art for the following 3,000 years. These include the way the figures are represented, the scenes being organized in regular horizontal zones known as registers, and the use of hierarchical scale to indicate relative importance of the individuals. In addition, much of the regalia worn by the king, such as the crowns, kilts, royal beard, and bull tail, as well as other visual elements such as the pose Narmer takes on one of the faces where he grasps an enemy by the ear and prepares to smash his skull with a mace, continue to be utilized from this time all the way through the Roman era. Second, many have interpreted the battle scenes as a historical narrative record of the initial unification of Egypt under one ruler, supported by the general timing, as this is the period of the unification. Note that the king is represented twice in human form, once on each face, followed by his standard bearer. The other thing to note is that Narmer wears the white crown of Upper Egypt on one face of the Pallette and the red crown of Lower Egypt on the other. This is the first preserved example where both crowns are used by the same ruler. This wearing of both crowns is the most important message of the Narmer Pallette because the unification of the country is what sparks the full-blown Egyptian civilization as we know it. Soon after the unification, the fifth ruler of the first dynasty is shown wearing the two crowns together, combined into one. This crown, often referred to as double crown, remains the primary crown worn by the pharaohs throughout Egyptian history.